Welcome to the world of whiskey. This is Dr. Diva's exclusive concoctions. Excuse me, I need to get through here. Excuse me, is my coffee order ready yet? Excuse me, I'm looking for the warehouse manager. Excuse me, is Deirdre Twigkeep's lunch ready? Excuse me, coming through. V enters the Milo Kremlak building and makes her way to her desk, arriving at 12:04. Where's my lunch? Deirdre's voice floats out. Kyra stammers, but then exhales, both a sigh and a huff, as V places the bagged salad on Deirdre's desk. What's this? Lunch? Kyra laughs nervously, snatching the bag and then opening a nearby cabinet to pull out a tray. She unpacks the contents, dumping the salad into a porcelain bowl and tossing it until it's presentable, and then places a clean set of cutlery atop a fresh, snow-white napkin. She carries the tray to Deirdre's desk, placing it directly before the sour-faced woman. Without so much as a thank you, she waves Kyra off, and she subtly jerks her head to request V to follow her. Kyra closes the office door on her way out before turning to V with her hands on her hips. You were late. It was just a few minutes. Kyra shushes her, holding a finger out to stop the excuses from tumbling past her lips. You were late? Don't let it happen again. She sighs and says, We can't afford to replace another errand bird. A bolt of fear strikes through V. She's been working to the bone, her wings and legs both aching from how much she's been using them, and they're threatening to let her go because she was 4 minutes late delivering a freaking salad? It's asinine. So close to the conference, Kyra continues. You cannot mess that up for me. No, I'm going on my lunch. You'll stay here at your desk. You cannot leave. I don't care if your wings spontaneously burst into flames. If Deirdre needs anything, you'll do it. No questions asked. But what if she needs me to leave my desk to fly another? A butterfly woman approaches Kyra's desk, and Kyra waves at her. She says, I think that's everything. See you in 30. Okay, V says to no one in particular, sitting down for the first time today behind her barren desk. She unfastens the pocket of her pant leg and pulls out a small bottle of pain relievers. Tossing a few back dry, she sinks against the back of her chair and savors the precious 20 seconds of relaxation before the corner office opens, and the pigeon emerges with a small black box in hand. He approaches V's desk and drops the box in front of her. From our Dove collection. Pulling off the lid, 3 crystal-like bottles are nestled in a black velvet cushion. Oh, I don't take any supplements or anything. The man arches a brow. Deirdre calls from within her office. Oliver, is that you? With a small bow of his head, he heads into the office. V's stomach growls. She didn't bring any food with her, given how there's several cafes within the ground level of the building, and now that she's stopped moving, a headache is forming behind her eyes. Wetting her lips, she could also go for a tall glass of water, or several. Dove! Deirdre's voice floats out of her office. V straightens, listening intently. Dove! Oliver sticks his head out. Get in here. Oh! V hops up from her seat, the rapid movement causing her head to spin, and hurries inside. There you are, Dove, Deirdre says with a small shake of her head. Where are the packaging supplies I ordered? A flash of confusion crosses V's face. I'm not aware of any. Surely the supply room, Oliver interjects, cutting V a sharp look. I was just about to head there myself. Yes, I want the final products on my desk by the top of the hour, and I'll also want the lab's research notes before I head out early for the day at 3. What that's it? Dismissed yet reeling, V pivots to walk from the office when Deirdre calls out, "Dove!" V turns around and Deirdre circles her desk, plucking a stray feather from the floor that fell from V's tail and holds it up to the light with a frown on her face. With a disappointed breath, Deirdre turns her back, her elegant feathered peahen tail literally brushing V out of the office. Resuming her seat at her desk, she opens the first bottle and swallows a supplement capsule dry. The rest of the week is filled with exhausting errand after exhausting errand. By the end of the month, V knows new Astrodel like she knows the back of her hand. To everyone's, V's included, surprise, she survives. Thrives, no, but she stops falling asleep in the bath after her long days. She adapts to the rise and fly lifestyle. She remembers others' names, the phone numbers of suppliers she works with, Deirdre's food and beverage preferences. Most importantly, she listens and takes mental note of all of the details of the next set of supplements, serums, salves, and elixirs in various stages of development and release. Kyra snips at V for lingering whenever she visits the lab, but she can't help it. Research and development piques her interest. One day, V was arranging a display board of before and after feathers when Deirdre calls for her. Well, for Dove, but V responds to the nickname as readily as her own. Hustling into her office, notepad in hand, Deirdre and Oliver stand over her massive desk, with Kyra clinging to the wall behind them. The desk is covered in what must be 100 small bowls, each piled high with herbs and flowers, both dried and fresh, powders every hue of the rainbow, dried fruits, seeds, nuts, and a massive clear glass jar filled with a white, chalky substance. Deirdre uses a small metal instrument to scoop a fingernail's worth of powder into a mortar. She drops in a half slice of dried orange fruit, sprinkles a few dry rose petals, adds leaves from an herb sprig, and then crushes everything together with a pestle. Kyra is taking notes, while Oliver is brainstorming aloud. He talks about which firefly humanoids they need to contact, where they need to set up a photo shoot, and who they should invite to the upcoming demonstration to show off the new line of color-altering supplements. V stifles a giggle. She's well aware an adult firefly's light will glow shades of orange and yellow, but Oliver speaks with conviction how they'll dazzle investors with arrays of blue, reds, purples, and greens. Is something funny? Deirdre asks, setting the plate down and causing the room to still. V's face drops. No, of course not. No, Deirdre replies. Please, share what's so amusing you feel the need to interrupt my work. Dipping her head, V swallows and closes her notebook. It just seems fantastical. How could some, fruit turn a firefly's bulb a different color? Passing Oliver and stepping around the desk, Deirdre gestures at the bowls. Fantastical? I thought this is why you're here. Because this, she motions again, interests you? V's heckles rise. It does, she stammers. I'm interested in more traditional healing and healthcare, but cosmetics are interesting too. As soon as the words leave her mouth, she regrets them. Interesting, Deirdre drawls in a measured tone. Do you want to know what I find interesting? V's heart sinks. I find it interesting that you think this isn't healing. V was prepared to be scolded, scoffed at. She was not prepared for that response. Deirdre chips the mortar into a metal tray that distributes the powder into empty capsules. Many health issues often have specific, fixable origins. She tips her head back and forth as she speaks, as if weighing options. Lack of time to balance both the household and work leads to stress. Lack of money to comfortably facilitate one's lifestyle leads to stress. Interpersonal issues lead to stress. Unexpected disasters lead to stress. Stress leads to depression, apathy, anxiety. She opens a desk drawer and pulls out a small, unremarkable container and drops the capsules inside before thrusting it into Kyra's already full hands. You think cosmetics, or products, or supplements, our business is in healthcare, and yet, when a woman's life is falling apart around her, what does she focus on? Deirdre looks expectantly at V, but she knows better than to answer one of Deirdre's rhetorical questions. What she can control, Deirdre finishes. And a woman's, or man's, appearance is at the top of the list. When everything else is going wrong, but a woman looks beautiful, she gains confidence no antidepressant or anti-anxiety blends could hope to provide. And that confidence and self-care bleeds into other areas of her life. Deirdre opens another drawer and pulls out a thick binder. Pheather Pharmaceuticals isn't in the business of selling pills and creams. We're in the business of making our consumers the best possible versions of themselves. For some, that is cosmetic, say, enhancing the vibrancy of their feathers, for shows or photo shoots. For others, it's physical improvements, like supplementing their natural hormones for the longest, sharpest feathers for enhanced athletic performance. For others yet, our products ease the burdens of everyday life. We strengthen their flying muscles, make fragile wings more resilient and resistant to damage, and assist in properly caring for the body's largest organ, our skin. Make no mistake, Pheather Pharmaceuticals is healthcare. Mental healthcare, physical healthcare, dietary healthcare, preventable healthcare. Deirdre sits behind her desk, sliding a fresh mortar in front of her and then selecting an entire dry flower head and dropping it in, crushing it with an unused pestle. So it seems you have much to learn. After several tense heartbeats, she says, "That's it." V turns to leave, pausing to accept the container and note thrust at her by Kyra as she heads out of the office. Birds love their baths, and V and Archer are no exception. That night, as their pot of soup simmers on the burner and the salad chills in the refrigerator, the lovebirds share a bottle of wine while soaking in their too small tub. Well, share is a bit of a technicality. Archer has a glass, and V has the rest, an unequal distribution he can't help but comment on. Another rough day. V's answering huff is long and aggressive. Yes. Her head falls back upon his shoulder. Same stuff as always. After a long pull from her glass, she answers, yes. Archer sets his down, taking V's free hand and rubs his thumb in small circles on the back of hers. It pains me to see you unhappy there. Yeah, me too, V huffs, sipping deeply once again. And if I were to be totally honest, I miss you. It feels like I've hardly seen you these past few weeks. V's eyebrows draw together as she sets her glass down. She covers Archer's hand with her own. We see each other every day. We sleep in the same bed. Most nights, I go to bed by myself and wake up alone. I'm assuming you came home and slept at some point, but he draws in a steadying breath. Never mind how our physical life isn't what it used to be. I mean, V starts, caught off guard. She's been so busy with the frenzy at work, she's admittedly neglected their relationship. Trying to lighten the mood, she says, "We're together now." Uh-huh. Oh, he's serious. That's not good. I know I've been coming home late. It's my fault I'm taking too long to run my errands, or they're giving you too many errands to run in a single day. V stammers, I mean, yeah, but I've been learning a lot. I mean, just today I was talking with one of the lab techs about the upcoming Firefly color-changing elixir, because I thought it was impossible, right? But actually, a Firefly consuming bioluminescent algae, along with this proprietary blend of fruit juice and a little bit of ink, will change their bulb's color. I mean, it's pure genius, and it's a concoction Deirdre came up with herself. She might be horribly cold and stern, to put it lightly, but she's absolutely brilliant. Archer hums at disapproval. If she's so brilliant, why doesn't she hire another assistant so you aren't coming home at twilight and leaving at dawn? That math seems pretty simple to me. Bee tosses her head. I did ask Oliver about why only 2 assistants, and he said that normally it wouldn't be this busy. It's just that with the demonstration show thingy coming up next weekend, and then the convention next month, it's all hands in right now. It's not just me, every department is in crunch mode. Oh, if it's everyone. Archer pulls his hands from Bee. What's this about a show next weekend and a convention? V's head tilts to the side. I didn't tell you? There's a preview of the spring collection being shown to all the big plumes, our business partners, and some local celebrity types. Since it's spring, Deirdre's focusing on bug species. Butterflies are always included, of course. There's also a bee collection, ladybug, mantis. That one surprised me since I've never met a mantis before. And, and roly-polies. Archer's brow furrows. And our anniversary's next weekend, too. And then, our wedding. I didn't forget. I didn't! I have it all figured out. The preview should be wrapping up around 9 o'clock. So afterwards, we can grab a late dinner and then come back here. Have some alone time. Her fingers walk up Archer's arm, and she finally draws a smile from his lips. Archer pulls V against his chest, resting his chin atop her head. That sounds lovely. But I'm gonna start looking for other work for you. Work that has regular hours and a boss who doesn't abuse you. V sucks on the back of her teeth. Abuse seems harsh. She's, blunt, but that doesn't mean she's abusive, and she sighs. I don't know. A year at Pheather Pharmaceuticals will open a lot of doors for me. It's just for the rest of the year, and then by spring, when the next round of apprenticeships start, I'll be guaranteed to get a match. Archer kisses the top of V's head. You're strong for sticking it out. I'm proud of you. V leans back into his embrace. Then his face contorts with concern. Work won't bother you during our wedding weekend, will they? No. Everyone gets the week off while the big birds are at the convention. Hello, Deirdre? Hold on, I can barely... No, I'm not putting you on hold, I'm just stepping inside. Okay, sorry. How can I need you to find a bouquet of ghost orchids. V thinks to herself, what the hell is a ghost orchid? But to Deirdre, she responds, I'll see what... I need them within 2 hours. The phone call ends. V scans the department store she found herself in. Vales. Wondering if there's a florist shop tucked into a corner on another floor, or something nearby. Excuse me, she calls to a nearby worker. And for the following afternoon, V stopped at every florist shop in the area. She called every new florist in New Astrodel. She called florists in surrounding provinces. She called florists in distant provinces. No one has ghost orchids. Only a small handful had even heard of such a flower, and 1 or 2 were familiar enough with it to believe it extinct. Between her dozens upon dozens of phone calls, V also fields calls from Deirdre asking for updates, and Kyra asking where she is and when she'll be back. She has no answer for either of them. Lit by the moon hanging overhead, V watches the low power notification flash on her device. Tears stain her wind-burned face. The sinking pit in her stomach is as big as a dinner plate. The phone rings in her hand, and she lifts the receiver to her ear. Before her hoarse voice can utter a greeting, Deirdre says, Where are the ghost orchids? I need them now. Deirdre, V pleads, her voice cracking from the strain of the day. They don't exist. They do. Do not disappoint me. When the phone call ends, V isn't sure if it's because Deirdre hung up on her again, or if it's because her phone died. Either way, she is left defeated on some random side road in an unfamiliar borough a long way from her too small, cramped apartment. Frustrated, exhausted, hungry, thirsty, and most importantly, utterly crushed, she gives up. And then she takes the sky one last time to fly home. Hi Wistians, Everly Teller here. Thank you for listening to this episode. If you liked what you heard, please subscribe to follow along. Don't forget to like and leave a comment. Additionally, if you're a fan of fantasy, and especially romantasy, subscribe for free to my Patreon to read weekly chapter releases of my web novels, and for bi-weekly releases of my audio drama podcast. Together, we'll explore the corners of the magical world of Wisty through narration, print, recovered artifacts, and more.